I recently made a short tutorial on some Cheetah style behind the back releases. So today I thought it would be a good idea to revisit the Cheetah style with you guys. I'm going to show you some interesting variations of it, and we're going to look at how to get into it and out of it, among other things. And of course there'll be some more complex options for you guys to incorporate into your flow to help hopefully push your flow to the next level. So the first thing we're going to look at is how to get into the Cheetah's tail whilst facing straight ahead and without turning your body at all. What I'm going to do is get myself into a nice figure 8 flow, and as you see there in the video, as the rope goes on my right hand side for 1 beat in the figure 8 pattern, I'm then going to bring my left hand behind my back, and the Cheetah's tail is going to happen on the same side, so in this case on my right hand side. So if you watch again, figure 8, I'm on the right hand side, left hand comes behind the back to complete the Cheetah's tail. Now this position that we end up in when the hand becomes behind the back actually resembles the sneak pattern. The only difference here being is that when you do perform a sneak, then you will rotate your torso to the left if the left hand is behind the back. However, in this case, as we're performing a Cheetah's tail, we're going to turn the torso to the right, and in so doing it's going to complete the full arc of the Cheetah's tail. Now to exit the Cheetah's tail, all you need to do is simply perform a dragon roll or a sneak pattern, and that's going to exit the Cheetah's tail for you, and you're going to be still facing the exact same way. So what I'd recommend for you to try is try playing around with feel the difference with the sneak and the Cheetah's tail pattern, and then when you're comfortable, perform it on one side, perform it singularly, and then when you're happy with that, you can alternate sides, perform this drill on both sides, alternating, do some Matador beats, and then when you're ready, get into the Cheetah's tail on the left, get into the Cheetah's tail on the right, and practice getting into it and out of it using the sneak to exit. So another variation of this is to turn into the Cheetah's tail to get into it, and you can also turn out of it as well, but for now let's talk about turning into it. So like in the previous drill, we use the figure 8 pattern to get into the Cheetah's tail. So we're going to do the exact same here, and to demonstrate this I'm also going to do it on the same side. So as I do a beat of the figure 8 on my right hand side, I'm then going to turn my body to the right as well, so you turn into the same side that the figure 8 is on. So it's on the right, I turn into the right, and my right hand this time is going to come behind my back to allow me to perform that Cheetah's tail pattern. My body is going to be in a 180 degree position from where it was, and then I can from there decide what I want to do next. Now some options that you've got whilst in this position are simply to continue flowing, so you can continue to do as many Cheetah's tail repetitions as you like in this position, or if you'd like to, you can exit this position via the sneak as we mentioned before. And the third option that you can try is, as the rope swings upwards in the Cheetah's tail position, you can rotate your body a 180 degree into that same side to return yourself into the original position. So essentially we're going to turn ourselves back the opposite direction to what we came and return ourselves to the original position. You're just going to turn out of the Cheetah's tail. Another fun drill for you to try is to practice alternating sides, turning into the Cheetah's tail and out of it. This next pattern we're going to look at is something they call the anchored Cheetah's tail, and this variation really serves to open up more possibilities in the Cheetah's tail position. So let's compare what this looks like as opposed to the normal Cheetah's tail. As you can see, what I'm doing is keeping one hand behind my back, stuck behind my back. Essentially it's going to be pinned in the same position as I flick the rope from left to right. So one of my hands is going to stay pinned to my back rather than being stretched outwards as it would normally be in the Cheetah's tail position. So why would we want to practice this? Well, you'll see in the next clip, but this is going to open up more possibilities for you in the Cheetah's tail. So practice this on one side first and then get it nailed on both sides. Moving on to our last pattern for today, this one is the Matador Cheetah's tail. Now there's probably a better name for this one, but this is what we're going to use for today. As you can see, it's a 2-beat pattern using the Cheetah's tail, and then I'm going to alternate over to the other side. Now we're going to use the anchored Cheetah's tail position, which we've just covered, to perform this move. It may look complicated, but actually when you break it down, all we're doing is we're performing 1 beat of the normal Cheetah's tail pattern, which you've learned and which you know hopefully by now, and you're then going to anchor one of your hands behind your back and bring the rope over to the other side, and then you perform an anchored beat on one side and then open it up for a normal Cheetah's tail pattern, and then you're going to switch it back over to the other side. Now it might sound complicated whilst I'm explaining it with words, but if you look at the clip you'll see that I'm going to go into a Cheetah's tail pattern, 1, keep it anchored, come over to the other side, and then open up for a normal Cheetah's tail rep, and then anchored, open, anchored, open. So if you think to yourself that I'm going to perform an anchored repetition and then open it up, anchored, open it up, anchored, open it up, then hopefully that will help you. And really this one is all about feeling it and practicing it lots and lots and lots, and eventually it will click and you'll understand how to do it, and hopefully you'll be able to then incorporate that into your flows, and from there learn many more variations which we'll cover in future videos. So now we've covered many of the fundamentals and some more complex variations of the Cheetah's tail pattern in this video. Hopefully you can now take what you've learned and incorporate this into your freestyle as you see me doing here. Now there really is no limit to what you can do with this pattern. It really does open up so many more options for you, and as you can see there's releases that you can incorporate into it, and many of the things that we've learned in previous videos can be tied into this as well. So have a good play with this, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to head over to spiralflowropes.com to get yourself 10% off your first purchase as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.